Hi Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Welcome to your August reading. My name is Katie and welcome to the channel. All right, so I'm going to start this reading off doing past, present, future, and then a card that represents you and your current energy. So let's see what we got going on for Leo in the month of August. I feel like I'm not flying out here. We're like sticking together and then a whole bunch of them falls out. Come on, there we go. Okay. It is, it's like there's like piles of them that come out together, but I just need a couple. Okay, come on. We need to see what we still need. Present. There we go. Present and past, or future. Okay. Sorry that took a minute. Okay, so this represents you. This is 6th house routine. I feel like you are in this headspace where you're really wanting to like hone in on your routine and do things that are like bettering you and your lifestyle. So for some of you, like morning night routines, you're kind of discovering what works for you, getting in more healthier habits. Some of you are working out more and like developing a better workout routine. Just kind of, you're really in this headspace of you're wanting to like level up, and in your mind, the way of being able to do that is creating a better routine for yourself and better habits. Okay, so that's kind of your headspace right now. I have that in the recent past, you have gone through some sort of transformation. I feel like there's been definitely a big shift in not just your energy, but like your life. And it's been very transformative for you. It's been a situation that has allowed you to grow so much as a person. And I almost feel this like you can't go back now. Like you've had this experience and you keep moving forward and you're no longer the person that you were before this happened. Okay, and we'll pull out clarifiers. Right now, so you're in this, you're wanting to like level up, and you're doing that through your routine because you are on this journey of discovering the truth. You want to know more about the depths of who you are as a person, the meaning of life. I heard midlife crisis for some of you, and my sister's so cute. She texted me the other day and asking if like, you know, about midlife crisis stuff. I'm like, it's not midlife crisis. It's a midlife journey. You know, that's what they are. They're midlife journeys. They're not crises. And you're kind of, for some of you, in that stage where you feel like it's like a midlife crisis or whatever journey. But you're definitely on this discovery of truth, okay? And in the near future, there is definitely something like a person situation, a situation with a person that you're needing to kind of feel your way through. And I definitely think like, because you're in this space of developing like really healthy routines and a better lifestyle for yourself, there's going to come a point where you have to start feeling into these things. You can't just come to it with like this analytical mindset. You have to really feel into your body and discover what feels right to you. Okay, let's pull out some clarifiers here. So let's get more about your headspace, your current energy, your routine, and just all of that. Okay. Oh, there's quite a bit more here. Okay. Okay. This transformation, whatever you've gone through, has made it so that you are able to see life in a different way. Like there's more depth to things than you've realized. So like, I feel like when, before we're like woke, I know that's like such a trendy term, but like you're just kind of living through life, doing the materialistic things, right? So you go to school, you get a job, you buy a house, you start a family, you know, adulting things, right? But you have gone through this situation that has shifted you on such a soulful level that now your energy is there is so much goodness. Like you're feeling like there's so much safety and security in, it's like in who you are almost. Yeah. For some of you, I think you're trying to create this safety, like which is why you're so hyper focused on your routine, because you're wanting to create this kind of safe bubble within yourself. Which is interesting. Okay. Right now, another circle, you have all these circles. Fortune's wheel, luck and right timing. I feel like this is the perfect time for you to be focusing on your lifestyle, because I do think there's going to be some things, we got to see what comes out in this future card, because it definitely felt like some little hiccups, nothing crazy, but the reason why it's right timing right now for you to develop these healthy habits is so that when things do get rocky, you can rely back on those habits that you've built to get you through those rocky moments a little more easily. Okay. We also have reconciliation, which I feel like there's something. So these two were on the side closest to the recent past, and then these two fell out and were on the side closest to the future. And so I feel like there's something, I think this is definitely related to the fill card, but there's something that you have to reconcile. And I feel like it's something within yourself. I want to see what cards fall out, but I feel like there's definitely this reconciliation that needs to happen. Yeah, you're definitely this tree, like you're feeling like there's something missing, you're wanting more, and you're just like striving for it, but you're really unsettled within yourself. Okay. This is also a time, this is like a teachable moment. So whatever this thing is, and I'll come back to these cards, I know, as I clarify, whatever is happening in the near future, it's a teachable moment. It's something that's going to help you grow and understand yourself better on like a soulful level, and not just a human level, like this experience that we're having now, like your actual soul. Okay. Let's keep going. Okay. So recent past in this transformation, what needs to come out for Leo in August? I love it when they fly out. I feel like yours took so long to get out in the first place. Now they're just kind of, they're flying really good. Okay, Leo and recent past. Okay, so we have, okay, I feel like this experience of you transforming, you felt kind of trapped between this materialistic world that we're all aware of and the spiritual world, which we're not all aware of. And you felt kind of like teeter-tottering back, that like there are certain things about the materialistic world that you enjoy and things about the spiritual world that you enjoy, right? So like, I love nothing more than getting dressed up and going out and having good food, right? Like that's just one of my favorite things. Very worldly, very materialistic, but I like getting dressed up, wearing something new, putting on my lipstick and going out on the town, right? And then feeding my face. But then with spirituality, like I love doing breath work. I love doing meditation. I love, learning more about these spiritual type things. And so this card is saying that you have recently had that experience too, where you're feeling this kind of back and forth with it. And I think it's part of this experience is what led to the transformation, right? I also have adaptability, and I feel like you straddling both of these worlds, you had to adapt to this like ever-changing energy, so to speak. Like even like your mindset, like you had to be adaptable and flexible with, okay, I like this element and this makes me feel good and this is more material, but then I like this thing too and this is more spiritual, and being able to kind of flow nimbly between both of those things, right? I mean, the key is definitely like find what feels good. So, okay, so you're on this like path, this discovery for truth, right? I do feel like that desire just comes because you've had this transformative event in your life, whatever that was. What do you need to know about the truth? Okay. sorry, we have to pull one more. Or two, because two fell out. Okay. So around the truth, I think this card, because this came towards the transformation and kind of and this straddling card, sometimes you feel like it's a balancing act. Like, do I follow, this materialistic desire that I have? Like it can be like getting a really good job, getting a promotion and a pay increase, moving into a different city or a different house, whatever. But you feel like constantly kind of like, again, I get this teeter-totter back or analogy, this back and forthness, right? Where you just feel like you're kind of balancing on one foot and you're like, I'm just going to kind of see which way I need to go, and you're very, again, I think you've developed this kind of adaptability that is really serving you well right now, okay? You are going to be faced with a choice, or you are faced with a choice right now. And it feels like, it feels very, not heavy, it feels very significant. It feels like a choice that's really hard for you to make, that you're struggling with it, and you definitely feel like it's kind of one or the other. Yeah, I don't know that it's necessarily like a wrong or right. It's just you're really struggling making this choice. I just saw it like moving across the map. So like if some of you are moving or you're feeling a desire to move, putting distance between you and someone else, there's definitely a choice here that needs to be made. You know what? I want more information on this. I'm sure you do too. So I'm just going to pull one more specifically to clarify this Feast of Plenty and this choice that Leo is having. Because this is present time, so it's happening now. It's something with your future. There's a choice that you have to make that is protecting your future. Ooh, for some of you, this, tell you this for what it is. For a small group of you, I feel like you were in a very bad relationship and you are moving to literally get away from that person and protect your future. I feel that very strongly. I know that's a small group of you. But for some of you, it's very much so like it's like this choice. Some of you, I think, feel like you want to overhaul your life, that this transformation that you've had has felt so good that you feel like you have to drop everything and change everything in order to protect your future. And I don't know that that's necessarily the case. I don't think you need like a complete overhaul. What you need to do is to make these small choices. Like one of these could be a materialistic choice. One of these could be a spiritual choice. And you can teeter-totter back and forth where, maybe you do go for the new job, but then you choose to sit back and meditate more and do breath work, do yoga, be in nature. Maybe you do decide, I want to buy that dream house and fix it up, or whatever it is. Like you can teeter-totter back and forth, okay? But I think the important part is remembering that whatever choices you're making does have an impact on your future, okay? And I think that if you can follow what feels right, your future is going to be what you want it to be, okay? You'll be satisfied, in other words. I also have that with this, desire to find the truth, this journey for truth, it is going to bring in a lot of change. I feel like you being connected to spirit and, having this transformation and being woke, it creates all of this energy within you that makes it so that, you just can't be the same person that you were before. But I feel like there's so much light and love when you go through all of this. And as you're discovering your truth, I think that's one thing too. Remember, and I think that kind of has to do with this too. I think you're so obsessed with like making these choices and securing your future, but discovering the truth is a journey that happens your entire life. It's not like just, you have this certain time frame, a couple months in your life where you like discover the truth and then you're done and you move on and live. It's like, it's something that's constantly happening to you, discovering, more truth about yourself, more truth about life. I do think that, talking about all of that, have compassion towards yourself. Remember that this human experience that we're having is your home right now. This whole thing, it's kind of like the concept of the Matrix, right? Where we're all just down here like living life, and like that concept is what this card is representing, is that you down here, this body that you're in, is your home. Be compassionate to it. Be compassionate to yourself. Be compassionate to the choices that you make, the lifestyle that you have built for yourself. Like, there needs to be compassion there, and you need to bring a certain level of love to yourself, okay? When you are able to love yourself deeply, that is when you find truth. Ooh, yes, yes. Loving that for you. Loving it, Leo. Okay, I'm like really excited to get into this feel card, which is the near future. So let's see what all pops up for Leo in the month of August. Okay, I can't take like 500 cards here. Okay, let's start with these two and then we'll, okay. Okay. So you're on this discovery of truth, right? Which I love. Sometimes we forget that we find the truth in the silence. When we meditate, when we go into ourselves, when there's stillness and we slow down, that is when we find the answers that we seek. And so this deep quiet is something that's going to be coming in the future. I almost get this feeling that like you get so obsessed about finding this truth, you just, because you want it, it's a desire you have, right? It's like feeding you, and it's just this burning passion almost within you. There's going to come a point where you burn out and you need this. You need this deep quiet. When you're feeling that burnt out feeling, that's when you know that this card is coming into play. And I feel like for some of you, it's like camping in nature, taking a walk in nature, moon bathing. You could do that just wherever you live. Just sit by a window if you're in the middle of the city. Sit by a window where the moonlight's coming in and just sit there in your deep quiet. Sometimes it takes the quiet moments for us to hear the answer of what we're seeking, okay? I also feel like when that comes into play, there's benefactor, grace, and generosity. I feel like you have this generous spirit where you've made these connections, you've found the truth that you've been seeking, and you want to share it with other people, but you also just want to these cute little mice, you just want to love up on the people that you care about, because your heart feels so at peace that finally, present moment and even a little past felt very busy, very rush, busy type feeling, and this feels very slowed down, very quiet. Again, we had our deep quiet card, but this feels very satisfied, very what's the word I'm looking for? Contentment, whatever the active way of saying that is. But you feel very so much contentment in your mind, because I think you found the answers that you were seeking while in this deep quiet. Oh my goodness, I love this for you so much. Again, I feel like there's all this movement happening, and then there's just this, and you just this overwhelming peace, which is so beautiful for you guys. Leo, this is great. I love the energy right now. This is exciting. I would love to hear about your journey for truth and what you're trying to discover right now, because I would find that fascinating. I love you so much. Please like and subscribe. Ding the bell so you get notified when I'm uploading more videos. I hope that this helps you during the month of August, and I will see you next time.